Hi guys, what's up? Just
Here's the
smile,
pointer.
have fun.
Oh, it's for you.
No, darling, I'll be late for dinner. Okay, my name is Stevica Kuharski, and I'm going to deliver you a speech why to get funded and how to get funded. There are a lot of talks about how to get funded, and I'll focus on the thing why you should raise money. When you're raising money for your company, for your startup, don't forget you need to raise money for yourself. This is basically me. I've started the first company back in 2003, and now 17, 18 years later, I basically sold my latest venture to Croatian Post and joined the Untitled Capital Venture Capital Club. During that time, during those 17 years, I've managed to raise 3 times money for my ventures, for my startups. I successfully failed at the first raise. I was in Bulgaria, in Sofia, raised seed money for Talking Tom-like application. Talking Tom meets Tamagotchi thing, and that thing just went down. The only reason why it went down is basically we didn't understand our customers. We were making application for kids that parents should be buying, but we didn't have kids ourselves. And that was a good lesson to us. Besides that, the team that was building this was basically wrong, and that was my mistake. The team were not the real team, the team were my employees. And you know, if you're a founder, then you're cool working 24/7. But if you're an employee, you're cool working 10 hours a day. But on Saturdays, Sundays, you're not living the dream of your employer. So that thing went down. Lately, I've discovered electric scooters, and I'm enjoying them, but basically using all the safety motor gear with this. Electric scooters are kind of revolution now. They're moving towards and they're changing the urban mobility in the cities. So if you're not part of that revolution, join it, but be safe. The first question when you're starting a new venture, a new business is, who are you and why do you need money? If you're a solo founder, that's the only question you need to answer in the first few months. Because if you cannot answer this question, you will not find yourself. And if you won't find yourself, you won't be able to manage the team. And the next thing is, why do you need money? Bear in mind that I'm not talking about the business here. I'm talking about you, the founders. Why do you need money? Would you like to buy a motorcycle, electric scooter, new car, new house, second house, a boat? You have to have a goal. You have to find the goal and define your business path towards it. Because, you know, if you don't know where you're going, you will always get there. But if you know where you are going, you have to find the path to that place. And you can measure, are you getting there or are you not getting there? So the first question is, who are you and why do you need money? After you find the answer to this one, you have to ask yourself the next question. What is your business and how does the future of your business look like? Will that future bring the answers you as a founder is seeking for? Don't forget this one, because defining your business will basically define you. When you're starting a business, you're not in there for a month, for 3 months, or for a year. If you're doing serious business, you're there for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. And that's the 7 years of your life. Not 7 years of fun, but 7 years of the real struggle and real life. So if you're starting a company when you're 25 years old, at the time of your exit, or what will you choose, you will be 32 years old. That's not scary. But if you're 32 or 33 years old and starting a first company or a second company, you will invest the next 7 or 8 years into that business. After that time, you will be 40 years old. And what then? I'm 41 years old now, and I'm very happy with what I do in my life, but I have to be honest, I don't have strength starting a new company and living that dream, living that company 24/7. I have a family. I want to be with my family. So when you're starting a business, make sure that you understand that you're investing your life into this, and the business eventually becomes your life. Now, when you got some ideas where to go, I'll give you a speech about usual way of how to get the money. The first one is friends, fools, and family. Second one are grants. Third one are business angels. And the latest one are venture capital funds and private equity funds. Friends, fools, and family trust you. They believe in you. They believe in your dream. They don't understand it. Not in a way. They're fools, and they're investing their love, their money, their lives with you into your idea. So you better have a good idea for it. If you'd like to build yet another Twitter, yet another Facebook, yet another Yelp clone, don't do it. Find a good idea, because you're not just using the money of your friends, fools, and family. You're using the most value they have for you, and that's their emotions. If you manage to disappoint them, you will not recognize it, because it might be too late. And since they love you, they will not tell you directly into this. So be very, very careful about the idea you choose and the execution steps you make for this one. The next, let's say, easy thing are grants. How to find the money for your project. Many people think wrongly that the grants are free, that the money is free. But never forget, there is no such thing as a free lunch. First of all, when you apply for the grants, that's the subsidiaries from the States or European Union, you have to do it the way you said you're gonna do it, which is cool. But as a startup, your moving pace is really, really quick. And the pace of the institutions is not that quick. First of all, you will be raising that grants for like 6 months or 12 months, writing some documents, trying to get that money, which is okay. But after those 12 months, when the money will finally come in, you're gonna have problems, because your startup might be pivoting to something else. Your startup might be doing something differently than you've applied for. But because of the grants, you will have to do it like you've said you're gonna do it. And you'll be basically burning that cash. And this money is used for a proof of concept stage. In the first phase, with friends, fools, and family, you were in idea stage. Now you need to show that there is some proof of concept of your idea, that you can build this, that you can come to some point where you can start making business of it, where you can start thinking that there really might be a business out of your case. And this brings us to the next step, business angels. They're not as active as in all the regions, especially in Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia, Slovenia or so. But these guys are active. Very often, they do not brag that they made investments or so. They're here to help founders bringing business to life. In the first 2 phases, you were able to play with your startup, with your idea, with your concept. You were able to try whatever you'd like to find. But in this stage, you're starting to make a business. The first 2 phases were really games. But here, you're making that decision. Okay, I'm doing this for the next 5, 6, or 7 years of my life, or even more. How long does it take? And because of the business angels, they're not there because of the money. They're helping you with their experience, with their thoughts, with their connections. They're becoming part of your team. And not just the part of the team. You're kind of marrying them, which is okay. Because you will share the good and the bad of your startup, of your venture. You will share the success and the failure. And don't be afraid to communicate everything you have in mind. Don't be afraid to communicate the fears you're facing. If you're waking up in the night thinking how to do the next month, how to pay the salaries, and you keep this for yourself, you're in a big trouble. You have a mentor, you have your first investor there. So use them, let them help you. Don't be too proud to say, okay, we are in a problem. We need to make some changes. We need to move forward. We need to pivot. We need to find new customers. We need to ditch customers. We need to ditch the project. Everything is okay. But the communication here is the key. Because training on that communication set will eventually bring you to the venture capital funds. I'm a principal at Field Rouge Capital. That's a venture capital fund backed up mostly by ASIF financial instruments, structural instruments, and we invest into early stage companies. So far, since last July, in those 14, 15 months, we did 70 investments in Croatian companies. We mostly invest in early stage startups, 50,000 euros, and we help them achieve their goals. We help them achieve their visions, because that's what venture capital funds do. We care about the money, of course, because we're investing into business. But the first thing we look when we see the project, who is the team? Who is in the team? Who leads the team? How they lead the team? Are they credible? Is their strength enough to find the product market fit? Is their strength high enough to move from the previous stage? Of course, not all startups, not all founders are for this. Some founders, after the business angel phase, realize that they are not for venture capital investments. So they stop raising money. But that is not a bad thing, because eventually they're building a business, and that business might be good. EBITDA might not be 40% of it, but it might be stable 15%, which will enable a very good lifestyle for those founders. But we, as venture capital investors, we're basically looking to find a way to help startups and founders to scale their business, to scale their idea, to move forward and to become the stars. In a way, we support local stars, but every venture capital investor is really looking at least a huge regional hero or global hero. And that's the thing, what works. The theme here is why to get funded and how to get funded. How to get funded, that's the easy process. You just saw a few steps, who can invest money on you, where can you find money. But the real thing is, why do you need money? If you need money to start your local business, your small business, do not go towards the investments. Borrow the money, take the loan, take the grant, create your business. You are going to be a local hero. You are going to do great business here. Don't be ashamed or afraid because some other people are doing bigger businesses, selling their companies for hundreds of millions, euros, kunas, whatnot. Every business is a good business as long as the founders are happy and living happily life. Because there is much more in life than money and the business. Our motto in Fielders Capital is basically capital for the bold. And the question we ask all the founders, are you bold enough to take this journey? Because if the founders are bold enough, investors will come and investors will be there for you. With this one, I conclude this and thank you so much.